Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Telling me that it's going live and I'm never quite sure when it's actually starting. So sometimes I'm sitting here going, ooh, and it's already live. And then other times I jump in and I start talking and it cuts in the middle of a sentence. Okay, so you've got goals. This is the year that you decide life is going to need to be embraced a little bit more than what it was before because of what the pandemic has taught you. Or maybe there's a goal that you want to experience that it's been taking you a while to get there, and you're hoping that this is the year that you finally get amplification and acceleration on it. I'm going to give you the insight you need to know right now. The reason why you set goals is because you think it's going to buy you better emotional states. That's it right there. If the one thing I could teach you today, if I could condense it down to one thing, every single goal that you set and go after is because you think it is going to bring you better emotions. And there's the challenge, because you're thinking that the quality of your life is going to have to wait until you get the goal. But actually, it's the emotional states that you're in consistently that determine how you focus, how you feel, and the actions you implement to actually get the goal. So we have to look at putting you in that optimized state today that you think that goal represents. Because if you optimize it today, then you're going to get to the goal quicker, faster, and easier. So welcome to, what is this? 1 of 4? Yeah, we're going to do 4 different trainings on this. Goal setting into goal getting. How do you start getting results today? By the way, if you've joined me live, give me your aha at any point of, oh my gosh, I'm going to use this and I'm going to put you into a drawing. Today is Tuesday. Wednesday afternoon, I'm going to do a drawing and give away a free course on goal setting into goal getting that is actually going to assist you. And I'm going to do that every week. So you've got the next 24 hours if you're catching the replay. And my podcasters, Stop the Self-Sabotage, Create the Life You Desire. You now have a link that you can follow to where you can add your comment, but you got to do it before Wednesday afternoon. We do not have time to mess around on this. By the way, why listen to me? Don't. Prove it to yourself. Take action on what I'm sharing with you, because I got to earn the right to be in your life. Dawn Ferguson, certified hypnotist, instructor, rapid results coach, strategic interventionist. Woohoo! I've got initials behind my name. What it all means is that I know how to get you from where you are to where you want to be as quick as possible, but you got to take action on what I'm sharing with you. Hello, Randy. I am so glad that you've joined us today. And back at you, beautiful goddess. Okay, so every goal you set is because you think that goal is going to give you a better emotional state. So the increase in the income, the vacation, having the friends that support you, or getting new friends, the love relationship, the healthy body, starting a new career, going back to school. There's an emotional state there. Start identifying what that emotional state is, and then say, okay, what is it I can do today? What action can I take? You don't need to study it anymore. You need to get into implementation. What action can you take today that is going to put you in that same emotional state. By the way, you need to know what's going to hold you back. What's going to hold you back is the terror barrier, which is fear, because you have been taught to rely on something outside of you for you to be okay. What I call, other people, places, and things. So you've been taught that that goal, when you get it, is going to make you okay. Mm-mm. That's the reason why once you get something new, anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks later, it's lost its appeal to you. I mean, it's okay, but it's not really wonderful. It's because it's no longer bringing you those same emotions. You need to learn, you need to discover that you're the one that creates those emotions, and then you bring those emotions to whatever it is that you engage in. Okay, so fear is going to say, no, we need to have something outside of us make us okay. So just know that fear can actually be moved into excitement. Whenever I work with someone utilizing hypnosis, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be afraid anymore. And I'm like, well, what do you want to experience? And they're like, oh, calm and at ease and tranquility. That's not how the brain works. Fear goes on a continuum. If you think of like a yardstick, you got fear at one end, and then you've got different degrees, and it is not calm and serenity at the other end. What's at the other end is the same energized state, but in a way that is progress, not pain. So what's at the other end? Excitement, passion. But you've got to retrain your brain that when the fear shows up, you have the ability to convert it. And the way you do that is through implementation. Okay. So let's break your goals down into 4 categories, and then let's look at the 6 emotional states that you think that goal is going to buy you, and what you can do to actually begin to upgrade and experience that now. Not when the goal gets here, and then after a little bit, it's no longer exciting, and now you've got to go out and solve the next problem to get a rush, because there's only 2 ways that your brain is going to operate. One is solving problems, the other is designing a life. They are completely different, and the brain says once you've done one of these, well, it won't tolerate a void, so you got to fill it with another one. So if you've been taught to solve problems all your life, which is what the majority of us been taught to do, I mean, really, that's how we graduated from one grade to the next. How many problems did we solve successfully? And then we take that into our job, and we find all the hot messes around us to solve. Oh, what a way to spend a career. Or then we do it with our relationship. Let's begin to pick it apart and find all the problems with our significant other as well as ourselves. Can you see how this leads to more problems? Instead, you want to design a life. Designing a life is based first on you, discovering your unique brilliance, what's phenomenal, your strengths, your talents, your abilities. Your talent is what you've been born with. Your ability is a predetermination of something that you can use, and strength is what you've learned from all the hot messes you've already been through. So you've got to use all of that. It's your trinity of power that it equals your self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth. Okay, let's get into what you think your goal is buying you, what category. Okay. You think your goal is going to give you a system of achievement. The only problem is whenever you purchase a system, it takes way too long for you to get results, so you'll give up on it, which is the reason why people who buy systems as far as planners and organization and things like that, they're like, oh, this is what's going to help me feel good. But it takes typically 3 weeks to see results for that. And your brain is going, if we don't get it in 3 days, 72 hours, we're on to something else. So you can see the reason why systems are good, but you've got to find a way to give you those emotional hits that you're looking for quicker than what the system will. Systems are what I teach whenever I train somebody to become a certified hypnotist, because they know they're going to have to work at it for a while. Getting your goals, you do not want a system in the very beginning. I'll tell you what you do want. It's going to be number 4. Okay. The second category the goals fall into is freedom of choices. Well, this is phenomenal for someone who is already a high achiever, a peak performer. This can happen whenever I've worked with a client and they've already got a good deal of success. And now we're going, okay, how do you want to amplify it? How do you want to accelerate it? So freedom of choices is good when you've already got a foundation of success in that area. Don't look at freedom of choices until you've got something to choose, the choice of two yeses. Most people look at the choice of a yes and a no. Yes, I want this. No, I don't want that. That's not enough to give your brain foundation to move forward into designing your life. It will continue to give you problems to solve. Okay. The third one is other people. So you will pick goals. Oh, I'm going to improve that relationship. Oh, I'm going to find friends where we've got significant things to share and they're going to support me. That's phenomenal once you've discovered who you are within that relationship. But if you're picking a goal thinking that relationship is going to make you better or it's going to fix you, now we got problems, because nope, it is only going to amplify you and who you believe you are, which is the reason why you can get into a relationship and go, why is it falling apart? Well, it's falling apart because you hadn't figured out how to put yourself together. Okay. What are the 6 emotional states that you're striving for, that you need to experience as quick as possible? And what are all the ways you're denying yourself and holding yourself back? Desire. Desire is something that will not let you go. So it is a way that you show up and you make a bigger impact on the world because of who you are. This is living your legacy of leadership. It's not your legacy after you're gone. It's who are you right now and how are you making the world a better place because you're better in it. So desire, your ability to make decisions effectively and efficiently to where it's not, oh, I need to think about it and delay my progress. No, you make the decisions of revealing who you really are at your very best every single moment. So when you're challenged with a problem, you can go, well, do I just want to solve a problem? Or do I want to reveal who I really am? Because that's how you design a life. The third emotional state that you want to experience, that you think that goal that you've set is going to bring you, it's your focus. And you focus on bringing out your strengths, talents, and abilities every moment. We live in a state of distraction most of the time. There was a report that came out not too long ago. Oh my gosh, people are touching their phones ever since the lockdown. What was it? 1,000 times a day? Oh, okay. Every time you allow yourself to be diverted from your task on hand of revealing you at your very best, it takes you 10 minutes to refocus on what you're doing. Okay, so you want to focus. And what do you want to focus on? Who you need to be. Who you need to be right now. Making the decision to take action, to implement on your desire of making the world a better place because you're better. See how each one of these builds on the one before. Implementation. Implementation versus procrastination. People who procrastinate do it because they've learned to get an emotional hit off of it. It's the same way with people who go into the drama trauma triangle. I need to be a victim. I need to be a hero. I need to be a bully at times. You get a hit off of the emotional state. This is the reason why you continue to do it. I'm not saying it's healthy and functional. I'm saying it's how you've been conditioned to experience the world. You've got to learn to get that rush, that adrenaline off of being your very best, of stepping up and claiming ownership of the situation and who you're going to be in it. So the relationship isn't going to do it for you. It's who you are in that relationship. Remember how I said you got to learn to get those emotional hits off of today and you procrastinate because that's how you've learned to get the adrenaline. I'm saying do it by standing up for what you value, what you believe in. And what you believe in is the fact that you can do this. You just need to prove it to yourself. And this is when you move into number 5, opportunities. Every obstacle is actually an opportunity in disguise. So you don't run from them. You don't hide from them. You embrace them. You claim ownership of them. Remember how I said that there were 4 categories that your goals fall into: system, freedom, people. Well, here's number 4, emotional experiences. That is what everybody is craving right now, especially since we've been cut off from those around us and being able to engage with them in a fuller way. We're craving emotions more than ever before. And the goals that you've set, that's the reason why you've set them, is because it's like you've been on this diet of junk food emotions and you're craving things that are going to give you those ahas, where at night, when you ask yourself the 3 questions that maybe you ask yourself, maybe you don't, but what I ask myself, that one of my mentors taught me, is what did I learn today? What did I enjoy today? And what do I want to have more of tomorrow? It's not rehashing the problems. Remember, you will just then get more problems to solve. It is designing a life based on your unique brilliance, and you're looking for those emotional states. And this is the reason why people are having more problems than ever before, is because you're craving those emotional experiences and you're doing it now in a way that causes even more emotions than ever before. And then you think, well, I'll set this goal and I'll go after it in 2021 because that goal will help me feel better. No, you need to feel better today. And that is by learning to adapt. That's number 6. You've been in denial over your desire of being who you really are, not the goal. It's who you think you're going to be because you've gone out and gotten the goal. You're doubting yourself because you are not making decisions. Why are you not making decisions? Because you're worrying instead of focusing. You're allowing yourself to be distracted by the worry. Then procrastination comes in instead of the implementations. You're not seeing opportunities to bring yourself out at your very best. You're identifying them simply as obstacles that keep you from moving forward, which means you're always in avoidance. The brain has 2 speeds: avoidance or amplification. You've got to give the pain a purpose, or else it will continue to zap you. And the purpose is that it's going to reveal you at your healthiest. And the way you do that is you learn to adapt, because the negative emotions aren't going to go away. You need to experience your ability to give an upgraded meaning to them, because you're upgrading your identity. You're upgrading what you're focusing on. You're upgrading what you're feeling. You're upgrading how you're implementing. So the challenges aren't leaving you. If you think there's a vaccine out there that in 6 months is magically going to make your world better, you are going to be sadly disappointed. If you think there's a goal out there of the vacation, I just need to get away for a little while, or the friends, I just need to find people who are going to support me, or the love relationship, we just need to quit fighting, or the weight, I'll feel happier when I'm 30 pounds less. If that's what you're relying on, it's never going to happen, because you're not revealing who you are today that is going to give you the grit and the perseverance to keep going after it. And so when you do get it, it's not that all of your hopes were pinned on it. It's that your hope was in who you really are. And once you get it, you're like, what's next? Because you're revealing your brilliance every single day. All righty, let's move into our plan of action. So what is it that you really do desire? Not the goal, but about you. What do you desire? What decision needs to happen right now? You need to stop putting it off. What are you going to focus on when the worry shows up? Because the worry has to be given a new meaning. What actions do you need to implement right now? As soon as we get done. What obstacles really an opportunity? I can tell you right now what you value. All I need to do is get into your checkbook and your calendar, and I can tell you what obstacles you've been valuing. So you need to learn to adapt. Oh, I don't have time. Do you have 10 minutes? If you got 10 minutes, you got the time. Oh, I don't have money. You don't have money because you've been finding all the ways not to have money. I don't have anybody that supports me because you're not supporting yourself. I don't have the love that I need because you're not loving yourself. The world will only do to you what you're already doing to yourself. You need to put yourself into the emotional state right now that says, my desire will not be denied, and my desire is bringing me out at my very best. Okay. So this is what I'd love for you to do. Give me hashtag goal getting. And then one of the things that you're going to do over what I just shared with you. Okay. What action are you going to take? What obstacle are you now going to say, no, this is my opportunity? How are you going to adapt? What desire of who you really are has been pulling at you? What decision are you now going to make? How are you going to cut off the distraction of worry and allow yourself to focus on following through? Give me hashtag goal getting, but you got to do it by tomorrow afternoon, because that's when I'm going to pull the winner, and the winner is going to get the From Goal Setting into Goal Getting course, where I'm going to teach you how to put yourself into these emotional states right away, because we've shared 22 minutes together, but as you know, there's more to this. If you want more information on that course, go to drewdawnferguson.com/goals. Pretty simple, GOALS. All right. So there's your system. You're looking for emotional experiences. You're looking for the freedom of choices after you've already given yourself a foundation. You're looking for the relationships after you bring yourself out at your healthiest. Do this for you today. If you have any questions, reach out to me, 636-699-7791. And until we get together again, keep this in mind. You already possess the ability to do this. You've just been looking in the wrong places. So now it's time to look within you, not the goal outside of you, but who you really are. Your strengths, talents, and abilities, which is known as your brilliance. Turn it on even brighter. The world will be better because you're better. Thank you for the honor of serving you today, and I'll see you soon.